FOS TV is brought to you by the Lions Den. The Den always has been and always will be about enjoying family and friends in an environment steeped in Happy Valley tradition. So come back to the Den, the perfect place to recall old memories while creating new ones.
What was it exactly that happened to you? Was it something Coach Johnson said you drove back and then drove?
I drove home for my grandfather's funeral.
Okay.
Then 2 days later, I drove right back.
All right.
And they say that's where we think the blood clot started. Then child of my lungs.
And can you take me through what the process was? Were you hospitalized? I mean, how scared were you? I'm sure that was crazy.
I didn't know anything of it for a while. I was just conditioning everything. Then I felt like I had a cramp for a long time, but I just thought it was a cramp. Then I couldn't breathe. So one day I just went to the doctor and I told him I can't breathe. And then they checked me in the ER and they told me I had blood clots.
And how scary is that? I mean, you're a young guy. You don't think that blood clots or something?
At the time, I didn't know the severity of blood clots, so I was just kind of like, all right, when can I play again? When they told me, how bad it was and how close I was to dying, I was kind of scared, but it was kind of after the fact, so I can't say I was like terrified.
How close were you to? I mean, was it something that could have been?
That day, I was actually supposed to drive home for the week because it was before spring break. They told me if I would have drove home and stayed there, I would probably die.
Oh, really? Wow. So how fortunate do you think you are that was found?
That's nothing but God right there. Like, if all that wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't be here right now. That's all God.
So it's kind of cliche, but did that lend perspective when you were unable to play, realizing, listen, it sucks that I can't play, but
yeah, it turned into a want to a need to a want to. Instead of being forced to practice, I really wanted to practice. It ate me alive while I had to sit there and watch.
How did it come about that you were able to? What was kind of the process in the off season? Were there tests? I mean, how did it end up that you were able to come back and play?
Yeah, I took PT-INRs every week just to check my blood levels.
And what is that? I'm sorry?
It's a blood level test to see how thin my blood is, because I was on blood thinners. Right. So I was taking doses of blood thinners every day. And basically, I was taking the blood thinner so I wouldn't get another clot, and I had to wait for the clot. They had to dissolve. So after that, we took more tests to see if it actually dissolved, and it went down. So it took me off the medicine. Then we took another test to see if I had another one. Then after everything checked out, they said, we'll just run with it right now. I conditioned and everything. Then after that, they cleared me.
When did you practice first?
About 2.5, 3 weeks ago.
And what was it like to get back out on the field?
It was different than what I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to die early. I thought I was going to be dead tired, but I felt good running. I didn't feel heavy or anything. I didn't gain a lot of weight, and I felt like I was back in the groove after about 2 or 3 days.
There's some really good defensive tackles here. What does it mean to you to be able to work your way up into that top 5 or 6 or whatever it is there? I'm
just grateful for everything right now. I mean, I'm good at the position I'm at, and I'm gonna keep working. I'm pushing them, they're pushing me. It's great to be behind them.
We saw your teammates I think in the spring, you were walking into practice and stuff with them. It looked like they really had your back during this. I know that's, again, cliche, but how important was that to you that these guys were stuck with you?
It meant a lot because it showed me that my team didn't forget about me even though I wasn't there physically all the time. They felt for me and they wanted me to be, along with them the whole way there. A lot of them, they make sure, I'm not excluded from anything because they know I wasn't excluded from anything.
I appreciate it, and thank you.
All right. Cool.